What have you, P2B, sacrificed? You're not willing to sacrifice anything. What are you doing in politics? I maintain politics is not for boys, it's for men.
Wow. But Kenneth, they talk. Kenneth, they talk. Okay, Nigeria Express. So Kenneth Okonkwo has been really vocal about this whole Peter Obi leaving ADC, and this particular interview on channels is very interesting. So I'm just going to react to a couple of conversations on this particular interview, but I think it gives a little bit more insight as to what he's thinking, waiting day ahead about Peter Obi in this particular interview. So I'm going to react to a couple of clips from this particular interview. It's from Channels. It's from Channels TV. I'll put a link to the description for the full interview. If you want to see the full interview on Channels TV, you can use the link in the description. But for this one, I just want to react to some of the things where him done they talk about Peter, because for some days he has been really vocal about Peter Obi, and it's starting to stir up issues. Some people they talk say, why is he always talking about Peter Obi, making Kukuma concentrate on UT since Peter Obi don't come up. But I think I can kind of understand what he's saying, just that some things were kind of funny in this video, but let's react to it together anyways.
At a time when many members of your party are decamping, why the loyalty at a time like this?
Well, first and foremost, no member of the NWC has decamped.
Okay.
So you're just talking about members of the political party. And then when you say Kwakwansia and the Obedient Movement left ADC, excuse me, Kwakwansia movement came into ADC 6 weeks ago. Obedient Movement came in 1st January because they indicated coming in December 31st. So what is it? They were the last to come. They were the first to go.
Well,
telling you.
I understand that, but it did feel like the energy of the ADC picked up speed in January when the Obedient Movement followed Peter Obi.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I did not know about ADC. First of all, I'm not the biggest political head, anyways, but I wasn't really conversant with ADC until Peter Obi joined the ADC. So you can't deny that there's this traction that Peter Obi does bring to any political party that is involved in, because for the past how many years we've not had that one person that can be in a party and make that party so vibrant. He did it with the Labour Party. When it was a Labour Party, he brought a lot of his fans, because Nigerians are tired at this point. We are frustrated about just looping this whole system of corrupt leaders all the time, and so he's like a breath of fresh air to the Nigerian political scene, and so that's why Peter Obi is undeniably one of the needle movers in Nigerian politics right now.
Into the ADC, it's perception, may not be reality.
No.
It is a perception.
First and foremost, it is not reality. By July 2nd, when we unveiled, the whole world heard it. By July 29, when we had our National Executive Committee that dissolved the old executives of ADC and then formalized the new executives, the world heard it. When we were accepted into the portal of INEC by September, the world heard it. So I would not understand how squatters will come in and you are saying
now Peter Obi is squatter.
Oh, they did this and that. I said the last to come in, the first to go. So you can imagine. And you know what it means? Let me tell you something. It's like when you are a squatter and you go into a house and the landlord gives you a platform for you to start your life again. And you now went around telling the whole world that, look, if I hadn't come into squat in this man's house, this man would not have been anything. No, you are just an ingrate. Because if you were comfortable in your former house, you wouldn't have come in. Let's take Peter Obi, for instance. He came in from Labour Party. Labour Party had 2 factions. When he came in, he couldn't even bring either faction to ADC. He had his vice presidential candidate. He couldn't even bring him to ADC. He had one governor. He couldn't bring him to ADC. So who did he bring to ADC? ADC helped him to show up his political career. that was already decimated by his own incompetence and by his own incapacity, because he was the undisputed leader in Labour Party. Undisputed. He could just have said anything and it would be done. I was one of his armor bearers. I was one of his executors. If he had said anything that he liked, I was willing to execute it. Sir, say what you should say as a leader. No. So for me, it was a purpose. I was very passionate about it. And I did what I did. And thank God, in my own opinion, we won the election. But that's where the problem starts. If you're dealing with me, if I do my own part, you must do your own part, or there will be consequences.
Peter Obi didn't do his own part?
Not at all.
What was his part? What did you want him to do?
I wanted him to fight ferociously for his mandate.
So when this part actually, I still know, I don't know what exactly is in his mind. But when he says fight ferociously for his mandate, Peter Obi took the matter to court, and the court decided what they decided. What are you expecting him to do? He said it. He said he doesn't want issues and let nobody come outside to do any form of protest or whatnot. Like, let them not cause problem. He asked everybody to calm down. The thing is, if Peter Obi had said anything otherwise, and chaos happened, of course we know Nigeria now. Somebody don't go commit one thing somewhere now. Some boys go do one thing, scatter something, and they will pin it on Peter Obi, and they will say yes, he incited violence and insecurity. That kind of thing. So I don't blame him for playing it safe and saying everybody calm down, let's go through the legal system. He actually did fight the legal way. Now, did he play out on his own interest? Maybe not, but you can't say he just sat down and left the mandate. He actually took the matter to court. Let's hope the Nigerian court system is fair. It should be fair, So the court had passed their own judgment. So I don't really know, how else you want him to fight for this mandate and all that. But if that's the real issue with the thing will make you can't get issue with Peter Obi, I don't know.
A lot of people died. A lot of people were beaten. A lot of people were destroyed. A lot of people's businesses went in. Some people left all they are doing for this cause. What have you, Peter Obi, sacrificed? You're not willing to sacrifice anything. What are you doing in politics? I maintain politics is not for boys, it's for men.
Wow. But Kenneth, they talk. So when you say what have you sacrificed? What have you, like, he's trying to be president. There's so much he can do. Like I said, that he's not going to just come outside and start inciting insecurity or unrest in the society. That will come back to bite him in the ass. He did the legal thing. He went to court, and the same thing worked for him when he was governor of Anambra State. It was the same thing that actually worked for him. He took the matter to court, and then he won. So I think he was thinking the same thing would actually still work for the whole presidential thing. But I don't know. Like, when it comes to Nigerian politics, I don't know. But the thing is, him saying, people came outside to do. I'm not gonna lie. I can say his point, because at that point, almost everybody I knew decided they were going to come out to vote. Parents were forcing their children to go and get the PVC and vote for Peter Obi. That one I can vouch for. There were a lot of people who were pushing seriously for Peter Obi, and so him not winning that election, I'm very sure it has brought a lot of people's morale down. If he brought my morale down, let me know, like, because I felt like, man, if after the whole, push for Peter Obi, if after this whole thing that Nigerians did, and it was so obvious that he was so popular, if he cannot win at that point, how else he won't take win? Understand? How else he won't take win? Because the other candidate was not really taking the whole campaign thing serious. Let's be honest with ourselves. Peter Obi was more articulate during this campaign. The other candidate was kind of cracking jokes. And I personally was like, are people really going to take this serious? Because it was, Bula Balu, Agbado, Corn, and all that. It was kind of like, I personally was like, bro, I don't see how this man is going to actually win this election. But he did it. So his own method, maybe method work. Maybe Peter Obi need to change a method if he wants to be president again this year, or next year, I should say.
You still want Onyibo to be a president of this country?
Very well.
Who, apart from Peter Obi, can you rally behind right now? Flawed as he may be. I've watched your interviews. I've heard everything that you said. Yeah. I've heard everything that you have been saying.
Yes.
But he's still a front runner, and he's on Igbo as well. Why not support him?
I left him July 2024. So it has nothing to do with 2027. I left him because he saw Labour Party die in his hands. And he was the only and undisputed leader. I left him because he was not decisive. I felt discouraged, demoralized, and deceived. Because I'm Igbo. And we follow our leaders when they show courage. We follow men of valor, not men of victim mentality. You must lead and you must be in the front of the battle. So when Labour Party died, what else is he done? He refused to revive Labour Party. You knew you don't want primary election and you can't build a political party. If these people are bold and brave as they claim, why don't they build a political party? I suggested this early enough. Is it that will fight for Labour Party and consolidate it, or will leave early to a new party? Now, you don't want to do any of those things. You're just waiting for somebody to build a party for you. And then you come as a squatter and you start claiming what can never be yours. He now came into the coalition. And then, because they say you should go to primary, you ran away. My brother Peter Obi, if you sincerely believe you can win this election for Igbo, this is your trial. Don't come to say, I'm Igbo, I'm in this, because in 2023, you said, do not vote for me because I'm Igbo. Vote for me because I have the capacity, the competence, and the character. Use that your capacity to prove that you can get it. So even when you organize your own primary, you're still afraid. Come on. Let him step aside. We are not chickens in Igbo land. We are eagles. We open our wings and fly. We have 1,000,001 person that can be president. Almost any Igbo man with Igbo sense.
Give me three.
Better president.
Give me three that can beat Tinubu right now. Give me three. Yes, give me three.
Any secondary school
give person. Me three now.
I don't need to name. I said every Igbo man that has Igbo.
So this statement might not be so accurate. I understand what he's trying to say, but right now, let's be honest with ourselves. If you say any Igbo man that can be secondary school cannot come outside to campaign. Right now, as it is, Peter Obi is the only. If we are going by Igbo now, which is one of the things that I had an issue, because he says he wants an Igbo president by 20 this, but by 30. Like, I'm not looking for Igbo. I might be Igbo, but I'm not even looking for any Igbo president. I'm looking for a president that has sense right now. I don't want Igbo. I don't care about Igbo. I don't care about your religion. Just do what's right. The Saudi Arabians that are doing very well with their country right now, there is a Muslim state. I could care less about religion, about tribe, about ethnicity. I could care less about all those things. Just somebody who can, carry the interests of the people at heart and deliver. That's what we are looking for right now. So you saying anybody can defeat this? Like, bro, we've proven that even the Peter Obi that was so massive, the support was so massive as of last election, it was not able to. So who is that person right now? Who do you want to start building, that whole trust with Nigerians and everything? As much as people are tired of the government, some people are tired of the government and it's not favoring them. There's this thing we need to realize, and that's one of the issues I'm having with all these divisions that's going on right now. Somebody analyzed this thing very well for me. He said, when it comes to politics, like for example now, Tinubu versus the rest of the politicians, is basically what it is right now. Let's say Tinubu has lost some votes. Let's say people are no more interested in him being president and all that. Let's just say, for example, and let's say out of, 100%, he has 30% of people that are ready to vote for him right now. So we have 70% of people that are just lingering in the air right now. They're looking for who is that person they will cast their vote on. So when you start bringing division into those 70%, like now we have, let's say the 70% that don't want to vote for Tinubu, they are kind of looking for a way, out. If they unanimously vote for one person, let's say Peter Obi, for instance, Peter Obi is going to win, or let's say a majority of them does, out of the 70%, let's say they get like 40% that votes for Peter Obi, because everybody might not be for Peter Obi, you get. So the problem with creating too much factions and too much divisions is, at the end of the day, like now people are saying Goodluck Jonathan should come and campaign. You have the likes of Goodluck splitting these 70% voters. You have the likes of Goodluck, Peter Obi. If IABB comes up, he's going to take up a couple of millions of votes. Showore as well is becoming a stronger candidate. When you have too much candidates coming out of that 70%, now instead of having a majority of, let's say, 40% vote, you might have people like Goodluck Jonathan, you might have 20% going for Goodluck. You might have from the let's say the 40% was supposed to be for Peter Obi, half of them might go for Goodluck, half of them might go for Peter Obi. Then you have 20 million, 20%, and then so you get, like, at that point there's nobody can win now. Then you have the remaining 30% split between maybe IBB, the Showore camps, and other political aspirants that might come up. So in a situation like this, sometimes people need to find a way to unite. But I still understand that politics is a selfish game. I mean, most politicians are in it for just their selfish reasons, So at the end of the day, it's yourself first, So I don't really blame anybody for their decisions anyways, but just that I wish that at a time like this, people can actually, learn to put their differences aside and work as a cohesive unit. So I understand Peter Obi, leaving the party, because of course, if someone is going to try and vote, it goes against his own. If someone's going to try and campaign, it goes against his own, interest of wanting to be president, But then Kenneth Okonkwo, him going out to bash this unity, I don't think is helping the matters, since he says he wants the best for Nigeria, anyways. But my issue with him is just this whole, Igbo thing, bro. At this point, it's not about Igbo; it's about who can deliver at this point. Peter Obi is just the only person that right now that we feel like we can hope in, because he kind of has a level head. Although sometimes I don't agree with some of the things he does. I mean, I will still use the example of the going to the market to price granules from somebody during campaign. I don't think that was a good move on his part anyways. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and who do you guys think is actually going to be the strongest candidate against the current president Tinubu for next year's election? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, guys. Peace out.